Hey guys, how's it going? Today I'm going to be doing a plan with me, and this plan with me is going to be for the 17th to the 23rd of April. I am going to be using this Mario kit from Scribble today, and I'm super excited to be using it. Just going to do a quick little flip through of the kit. So originally I wasn't going to get this kit because I wasn't really sure if I was going to use it. But then I was like, you know what? I'm going to see the Mario movie. I might as well pick up the kit. So we have that. And then we also have the little Toolbox freebie over here, which is Mario on Rainbow Road. So we have that. And then along with that, we have a bunch of Mario themed foil from Planner Choco. So we have this glitter header overlays in Rainbow. We have full box overlays in sparkly silver, mainly because I didn't want there to be like too much rainbow with this kit, but I also feel like when else you're going to use rainbow? Like I feel like this is the kit for rainbow foil. But I thought that I would bring in like sparkly silver as a like core foil to go along with it. So we have these overlays. So we have like the character overlays, and then we have the little like square box overlays like that. And then we have more rainbow. We have like rainbow bottom washi, and then we also have these star overlays, which are also in rainbow, which I think are going to be stunning with this kit. And yeah, along with that, we also have like a small little old foil bundle format from Scribble Co. in sparkly hollow. So, you get these pages, which are your half cut headers, your full headers, your full box overlays, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages of those. We have some food icons, the rounded icons, the date dots, the functional little icons, the scripts, and the bottom washi. So yeah, I pulled that in as well because, like I said, I didn't really want like loads of rainbow, but I wanted like a hint of rainbow. So I thought this would be good. And yeah, let's just dive in. Alright, and welcome to the first plan with me for 2023, and also the first voiceover that I've recorded in probably a year. So, as always, it's probably going to be rambly, because these often are when I haven't done a voiceover in a long time. But yes, the Mario kit. So, I actually filmed this plan with me a while ago, and just didn't get around to doing the voiceover. But we're doing it today. So as always, I feel like I don't have a lot to say about the base because I feel like I put down the same base every time for my stickers. I put in the bottom washi and then I put in my full boxes and stuff. Although I guess one thing that's changed with that is that I now kind of turn my page to the side and like lay down the glitter headers and stuff. And I also start from the top rather than the bottom. So last year when I was doing my plan with me's, I always started from the bottom and then work my way to the top. But now I actually think it works out better if I do it from the top to the bottom, because I feel like before when I was starting from the bottom of the boxes, like sometimes it would be misaligned at the top. Whereas if I start from the top, then things are always aligned because, we're starting at like with the top lines. I don't know, something about laying stickers with me means that it's never really lined up and things are hardly ever straight. Another thing that I've started to do is turn my page to the side to line things up straight because I saw Planner Hannah do it and I was like, is this easier than laying them down when you're looking at the page vertically? And it absolutely is. So that's what we do. And also within the last year of doing sticker planning full time, I've noticed that I've got it down to a fine science in which the order I lay down my stickers. So before, I feel like I used to do it like everyone else. I would like do the day-to-day stickers, as in for each day, I would put down the boxes, the characters, and the scripts before moving on to the next day and doing the same thing over again. Well, now I kind of do my planning in stages, and you'll see it in this video, but the stages of my planning are 1, the base, 2, we do the foil covers over the base, and then 3, we put in all the boxes for every single day. I feel like in my last plan with me, I was only putting in the boxes for the first half of the week, filling everything else in, and then moving to the second half of the week. We don't do that anymore. We fill in all the boxes for the whole week, and then once we've done that, we go in with the icons and the character stickers. The order that I do this in is also specific, so first of all, we go in with the foil icons. If I'm using a foil kit, which I most often am, I will go in with the foil icons first because I do like to have the extra little bit of foil with the icons. I will do that first. Then I will go into my reusable sticker book, which is where I have like a lot of random stickers from different samplers that I put in there. So I check if I can use any of those. Then I will go into my colored icons, which are usually freebies from Scribble Prints Co. Anytime that I've ordered from Scribble Prints Co. over the last couple of years, I always get a freebie which has like different colored icons. So I look through those to see if there's a color of those that fits in with the kit, and I see if I can use those. And then finally, after we've done those, then we go into my actual collection of character stickers, which is always ever growing. Though by the time that we get through all of the different icons from the samplers that I have and the foil icons, there's really not a lot of room for my actual character stickers anymore. But that's kind of what we do. That's kind of how I've refined my sticker laying down process. And then last but not least, the last thing that I will do is put down my scripts. And then finally, we'll have a completed spread. Oh, I almost forgot. I always do my sidebar last. I don't always know how many boxes I'll need on the left-hand side, and I also don't know if there's going to be like a tall box or something in the kit that I want to use, so that's usually last. But yeah, that is the way I lay down my stickers. I feel like that was probably more in depth than you needed about how I lay down my stickers, but I thought it made sense to kind of explain that, because now when I talk about the day-to-day things, it's not actually going to match what I'm doing in the video. Like, I'll be talking about something that happened on Monday, but you'll see me laying down stickers for like Wednesday or something. So yeah. That was just to explain that. Like I said, I think I've got it down to a fine science where it works for me, and we're sticking with it. So yeah. Another thing I wanted to say about this was when I was putting down the foil, I definitely favored the sparkly hollow over the rainbow. And that's because initially, whenever I had put down all the underlays, I was like, this might be too much rainbow. And I still wanted there to be a chance for the silver hollow to shine. So I was like, I'm going to put silver hollow over the glitter overlays and everything. But you know what? At the end, I actually feel like there was more sparkly hollow than there was rainbow. So I should have really reversed my thinking on that. But anyway, that is all there is to say about the base. Let's move on to the day-to-day. So on Monday, first thing I have here is work, because that is my life. Working the 9 to 5. Nothing's changed since all of the other Plan With Me's that I've done. So we worked. I was really tired. I did some vlogging this day. Me and my boyfriend went grocery shopping. We had pizza for dinner, and we were also watching Game of Thrones. I feel like talking about my Monday, I was like, this is basically every Monday in my planner for like all of 2023. I feel like that's always how my week starts. Like, I procrastinate a little bit at work. I do some grocery shopping, and me and my boyfriend have dinner and chill out. That is, I mean, basically my whole life. But yeah, that was Monday. Moving on to Tuesday, we were working. I have a little frustrated icon next to that. I guess work was really annoying this day. Do I remember why? No, because this was in April. It's now September. But we had that. Then we had the Love is Blind reunion, which is interesting because I recently just watched the Love is Blind After the Altar. I think this was for Love is Blind season 4, and that was wild. I think the reunion was actually a lot more interesting than After the Altar, because I remember there was a lot of fallout from the Marshall, Jackie, Josh thing. Is that his name? The other guy in the love triangle? I don't know. But yeah, that was interesting. And then I did some more reading. Do I remember what I was reading at this time of year? No. I don't have any note about what that is. So I was reading. Me and my boyfriend cooked dinner, and then we looked up a guy to cut our grass because one of the chores that my boyfriend really dislikes doing, and one that I don't do because I have really bad hay fever, is cutting the grass. So we hired someone to do that, which sounds very bougie and kind of makes it sound like we have a lot of land that we need like someone else to cut our grass. But we don't really. I think we have more grass than the average person, but it's like not like we own a lot of land where it's like, oh yes, we must have someone take care of the grounds sort of vibes. It's just, a job that we don't like doing, and we are fortunate enough to be able to afford someone to do it for us. So yeah, that was the start of someone coming to cut our grass. And then also this was the day we went to see the Mario movie, and the whole reason why I'm doing this Mario themed spread. I really enjoyed the Mario movie. I think I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. I didn't really know what the movie was going to be. And I also kind of thought that Chris Pratt being Mario would annoy me because I didn't really think he was going to do the Mario voice or anything. But I think watching it, you don't really think about that as much. So yeah, I think it was fine. Um, to be honest, I think that Chris Pratt being Mario wasn't the most off-putting for me. I think like having the voice of Peach, I think that's like Anna Taylor-Joy. That's her name, right? Yeah, her. I think that the voice of Peach kind of threw me off even more because I didn't expect her to sound like that. Um, but yeah, it was a good movie. Toad's voice also, I think, threw me off because I was like, I didn't think he was going to sound like that either. Um, but yeah, that was Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, I was working and I also had a driving lesson, which is crazy because this was around the time I was doing driving lessons basically every week. It was very consistent. And spoiler alert, guys, I passed my driving test in May, so I know how to drive. Haven't actually done a lot of driving since I passed my test because I didn't have a car, but yeah, I did pass my driving test, so all of the driving lessons paid off. We love that. Um, yeah, got sidetracked. After I did my driving lesson, I had to go to the pharmacy, pick up a prescription. Me and my boyfriend had Domino's for lunch. I almost said for dinner, but I see down here I also put that we cooked dinner. So we must have had Domino's for lunch. I think this was around the time when we were getting dough balls at lunchtime because I feel like for a long time Domino's didn't have dough balls on their menu because of the pandemic, and it took them a really long time to bring them back. So I think this is like when we were getting dough balls again because they had them back on the menu. So yeah, very momentous occasion. Also, this day I did some journaling, did some sticker planning, and this is when me and my boyfriend started watching Below Deck, I believe. Um, so I think I talked about in my haul that this year me and my boyfriend got obsessed with Below Deck. And so this is like the first time that we actually watched it. So we started with Below Deck Sailing Yacht, and I guess I didn't really consider myself obsessed at this point because otherwise I would have used a different kit to market. Um, but this is when we started, and it was wild. Um, yeah, this was like when we watched the first sort of like season and brought ourselves into Below Deck, but we weren't like fully obsessed with it. We didn't become obsessed with it until like a few months later when I was sick and we were binging Below Deck Mediterranean. But yeah, this was our first taste of Below Deck, and we really liked it. So yeah, exciting, very momentous. Then moving on to Thursday, I was working. I have a little frustrated guy. I guess this was like not a good time at work for me. Um, but that's fine because also on Thursdays we have pole class, and obviously that usually cheers me up no matter how crappy work was. At least I can go to pole and it'll be like a fun time, depending on what we're doing in class. Because there are definitely classes where I struggle and it's not as fun as normal, but it's still nice to like go there and kind of decompress after work and things. Plus, everyone there is really nice, and so yeah, pole class is always a good time. Did some reading, cooked some dinner. We watched some Modern Family. This was around the time also me and my boyfriend were watching a lot of Modern Family. I feel like we were kind of towards the end of it, which is why we were trying to find another show, which is kind of where Below Deck came in. So we watched that, and then I had an early night, which seems really random for me. I don't really do that often, so that's probably why I marked it in my planner. Then on Friday, we did some work. Again, it was not really a fun time for me, um, which is fine because, you know, we all have those weeks. We cooked some dinner, watched some Modern Family, had some cocktails. I guess this is like, oh, this is when me and my boyfriend, so I think we took a notion to like make a cocktail. So we went to Asda, we got some drinks, not like the pre-mixed stuff. We tried to like mix our own cocktail, and like we're not cocktail people, so we don't really make cocktails often. But we just literally pulled one from the internet and decided to make it. Um, because the recipe was just online, it was like a lot of cocktails, like a full jug of this cocktail, and it was not bad, but I think it was kind of strong for me, so I didn't really drink a lot of it. But yeah, that was the one night that we tried to make cocktails, and so yeah, we did that. I wish I had more to say about that, but I really don't remember that much. But we did that, and I played some 2 Point Campus, watched some Grey's Anatomy, and also was watching some Young and Hungry, which is a TV show that I actually forgot about but rediscovered in April. Young and Hungry is a TV show that stars Emily Osment. You may know her better as Lily from Hannah Montana. She starred in the sitcom where she was a personal chef to a software tech guy, and basically they sleep together the day that she gets the job, and from that spawns, a lot of chaotic things happening. Um, so yeah, I started watching that again, and actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I didn't even finish it. So I like started to watch it, I got back into it again, and then I fell off it. I want to get back into it again though because I discovered it like years and years ago, and I watched the first couple of seasons, and then I kind of forgot about it. And then this is whenever I found it again, and I was watching it, and guess who forgot about it again? Me. So I'm gonna have to go back and finish that because I do want to know what happens between Gabby and Josh. That's the characters' names. I want to know what happens. But yeah. So that was Friday. Then on Saturday, I was sleeping in, and this day, me and my boyfriend were looking after his brother's dogs because his brother was away somewhere, and so he needed someone to walk his dogs. So we did that. We went out for dinner, and then I went home to get ready because I was going to a surprise party. So this is actually the second surprise party that I'd ever been to, but the party was for someone in my pole studio. So yeah, I was really nervous about it actually. I remember this because it was a party for this guy from pole, but I didn't really know anyone else that was going because all the people who were in my pole class like couldn't go for some reason. So it was literally me, my pole teacher, and then like obviously the person who the party was for, like the other guy from pole class. And I was like, this is going to be really awkward. I'm not going to know anyone. Am I just going to like hang around with my pole teacher and his boyfriend all night? Like, I just felt like I was just going to be a really annoying third wheel. But it actually turned out to be a really good night and it was really fun. The only downside to the whole night was that there is an open bar. And I mean, I guess that's not a bad thing. Most people would be like, oh, yeah, it was great. There was an open bar. But for me, this meant that I wasn't really keeping track of how much I was drinking. And I felt fine. Like, I didn't, like, that's the thing. Like, because I didn't realize how much I was drinking and because of the vibes of the whole thing, like, I felt fine. And then I left to get home and the fresh air hit me. And I was like, oh no, I don't feel well. So yeah, while the party was good, the rest of the night was not. After I left, I was feeling really nauseous on the whole way home. Like my boyfriend came to pick me up, and I was feeling so nauseous the whole ride home. And I spent ages in the bathroom, like just feeling nauseous. Like it took me ages to actually be sick. And then once I had, it was like, yeah, not good, guys. Basically, the worst hangover that I've ever had. Probably the first time that I've ever truly been hungover was this day. Um, so yeah, that happened to me. And you can guess, moving right on to Sunday, I was completely hungover this day and did not do anything of worth. Um, though my boyfriend did force me to get outside, we did go grocery shopping, so that was like something. Can't say it was like the most pleasant experience I've ever had, but we got out of the house, we did that. We got McDonald's, we watched some more Below Deck Sailing Yacht, and we had Chinese for dinner because clearly when you're hungover, you don't want to do anything but sit around and watch TV and eat junk food, and that's exactly what I did. And then to end the night, I bought myself a new video game to feel better. I started playing Cooking Dash on Steam. So, fun fact about me, one of my favorite video games is Diner Dash, and more so the spin-off of that, Cooking Dash. I really enjoy that game. I had Diner Dash on the DS. I'm pretty sure I had Cooking Dash and like all the Dash spin-off games on my iPad back in the day. Sadly, they don't do those anymore. They like took them off the App Store, so I can't play them. So this night I decided to see if they had any like old Diner Dash style games still online to purchase, and they did. They had Cooking Dash on Steam, so I downloaded that and played that a little bit. And yeah, had a pretty chill Sunday, basically just feeling sorry for myself. And so yeah, overall a very interesting week, if I do say so myself. And I hope you guys enjoyed this voiceover. Now I will bring you back to the past me to do the outro. Alright, and here is my final spread, which I am totally obsessed with. It is so colorful, and I actually really love the sparkly hollow foil in the mix with the rainbow. I think that it is like a really good balance, because I was worried there was going to be like too much rainbow, but honestly, maybe there's not even enough rainbow now that I'm looking at it closely. It's like very silver hollow. And I actually have a lot of boxes, so you can't even really see the underlays, which is a little bit sad. You can see them here and maybe like a little bit between these, but yeah, there was a lot of boxes going on in this spread. But yeah, either way, I really enjoy it, and I also really love the small star deco at the top. I think it really adds. So yeah, moving on to the leftovers. So this is what I have left over from the kit. As always, there are still a lot of boxes, despite how many I use on the page every time. But yeah, that is that. And then in terms of the foil, we have some full boxes left over, just a little bit of washi, and then just the two star underlays as well. And so yeah, that is everything for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.